Title: The Journey of the Unseen Path by Wisdom Chronicles. In the heart of an ancient land, where myths breathed as much as the wind, and wisdom flowed like the undisturbed rivers, there was a small village. This village, nestled between the embracing arms of green hills, was a cradle of simple lives and profound truths. It was in this setting that our story unfolds, a tale not just of the people who lived there, but of the universal quest for understanding and joy. Among the villagers was Arun, a young man known for his earnest desire to grasp the meaning of life. His days were spent in toil, and his nights in contemplation. In the village, there was also an old man named Vihan, revered as a sage. He had an air of serenity that seemed to transcend the usual worries of life. It was to Vihan that Arun decided to turn in his quest for wisdom. One morning, under the shade of an ancient banyan tree, Arun approached Vihan with a question that had long troubled his heart. "Master," he began hesitantly, "I seek to understand the essence of true happiness. Where does it lie? In wealth, in accolades, in love, or in renunciation?" Vihan looked at Arun, his eyes twinkling with unspoken knowledge. "The essence of true happiness," he said, "is neither in grasping nor in renouncing, but in understanding. Walk with me." And so they began to walk through the village. As they walked, they saw a group of children playing. Their laughter filled the air, unburdened and free. "Observe," said Vihan, "the children are happy. Is it because they possess great wealth or status?" "No," replied Arun, "they are happy in their play, in the moment." "Exactly," Vihan nodded. "Happiness is in living fully in the present, without the weight of the past or the anxiety for the future." They continued their walk and soon passed by a wealthy merchant who was known to be the richest man in the village. The merchant, however, looked neither happy nor at peace. His brow was furrowed, and his eyes constantly darted around, as if in search of something elusive. "See," Vihan pointed out, "wealth alone is not the source of happiness. It can provide comfort, yes, but not the contentment of the soul." Arun pondered over these words as they walked on. They next came upon a couple, deeply in love, sitting by the river, lost in each other's eyes. Arun looked at Vihan, anticipating his wisdom. "Love is beautiful," Vihan said softly, "and it can bring great joy. But if your happiness is anchored in another person, it becomes fragile, vulnerable to the whims of circumstance." The sun was now setting, casting a golden glow over the village. Arun and Vihan found themselves at the edge of the village, facing the vast wilderness that lay beyond. Vihan turned to Arun and said, "True happiness, my young friend, is like this vast expanse. It does not depend on external things, wealth, status, or even other people. It is a state of being that you carry within you, regardless of the changing tides of life." Arun listened, his heart stirring with a mix of understanding and confusion. "But how does one achieve this state of being?" he asked. "By understanding who you truly are beyond the roles and masks you wear. By embracing the present moment in its fullness. By finding joy in the simple things of life. And by realizing that the source of true happiness lies within you," Vihan explained. As they stood there, Arun felt a sense of peace enveloping him. It was as if the sage's words were settling deep within his soul, awakening a knowledge that had always been there, yet unacknowledged. They returned to the village, the stars now twinkling above them like a canopy of eternal watchers. Arun felt a profound shift within himself. He realized that his quest for happiness was not an outward journey, but an inward one. In the days that followed, Arun began to practice what Vihan had taught him. He learned to find joy in his daily tasks, to be fully present in each moment, and to look within for the peace and happiness he sought. The villagers noticed a change in him. There was a lightness in his step, a calmness in his demeanor, and a warmth in his smile that was infectious. Years passed, and Arun himself grew to be an old man. The lessons he had learned from Vihan had become an integral part of his being. One day, a young woman from the village, carrying the same earnest look that Arun once had, approached him. "Elder," she said, "I seek to understand the essence of true happiness. Where does it lie?" Arun smiled, seeing his younger self in her. "Walk with me," he said, and they began to walk through the village, just as he had once walked with Vihan. He shared with her the wisdom he had gained, passing on the torch of understanding to a new generation. And so the cycle continued, as it had for generations, in the small village nestled between the hills. The journey of the unseen path, the quest for true happiness, was an unending one, with each traveler finding their own way, guided by the wisdom of those who had walked before them.